Hey guys, welcome to my ball motion video for the new Storm Code Black. I was really excited about this Code Black because this was, as many of you may know, this was an international ball that was now made and released for domestic use here in the United States. So with that, let's get into it. A little bit about myself. My name is Tony Marino. I'm a Storm staffer. Been on staff for about 4 years. Left-handed, and my PAP or positive access point is 5 over by a quarter up, and my rev rate is about 350 RPM. But even with that rev rate, I'm still a little speed dominant, so I have to use a lot of low VAL angle layouts or something that kind of lowers the RG rate on most bowling balls. Now the Code Black has the Rad 4 core, which is a 2.49 RG and a 0.058 diff. It has an R2S pearl cover. So what that means is a pretty medium to low RG rate. So the core, much like most asymmetrics, wants to kind of rev quick, but it has that R2S pearl cover, which is actually a very clean, very angular cover. So it's kind of an odd combination, but it's a combination that really works. The layout I have on mine is a 55 by 4.75 by 65 layout. And for those who are not dual angle people, that pretty much puts my pin underneath my ring finger, maybe more underneath my bridge, kicks out the mass bias almost onto my VAL, and I have about a P2 hole in it. It's more of a maybe neutral hole, but I chose this layout because I wanted something for more medium patterns, thinking of flatter patterns like what we're bowling on here. What I'm bowling on today is the Kegel Soul pattern. It's 39 feet in length, 25 milliliters of volume, roughly just about a 2-to-1 ratio, a little flatter on the left than on the right. I really like this pattern because it's similar to a lot of what we'll see when you go bowl USBC Nationals or the Open Championships pattern. So I actually thought that I was going to have to stand farther left with this ball than I did. But as you see with my very first shot of this video, that the ball was actually burning up and hitting really weak and got lucky and tripped the bucket. So I instantly moved in, and that's when I solid 9'd. I have to throw it a little better. But then once I moved into like 17, 18 at the arrows, threw it out, I had a lot of room. And now granted, I did throw the phase 2 for my video a little bit earlier, so I did open up the track a little bit. But once I was able to get into 17, 18 and really just kind of let the ball do what it's supposed to do, this ball definitely opened up the lanes for me better than either the Street Fight or the Phase 2 did on this pattern, and I use all three of those, plus the Daredevil on this too. So I thought that I had the best look with my Code Black. Now, speaking of the Street Fight, I am going to be comparing that ball to the Street Fight, and you could watch my video on my YouTube channel if you'd like. So with the Street Fight, you'll see right away that it's not quite as angular down lane. The ball, because it has that bigger core, takes a while to tumble into its roll. So I had to keep the ball a little bit more in front of me, keep it a little closer to the pocket. So to wrap up, I really love my Code Black. I often refer to it as my high road on steroids. So where this is going to fit in best for me is, when you have that super high-end asymmetrical ball and it's just starting to burn up a little bit, you need something a little bit cleaner, but you don't want to sacrifice that shape that you love out of a Storm asymmetric. That's where the Code Black comes in. For the higher rev rate guys, or the guys with a little bit slower ball speed, this might be your high-end asymmetric out of the box if you don't throw a lot of dull. But for me personally, this will be the step down from those. But I still see this being in my bag when I go to Vegas this year. Alright guys, thanks. Have a good day.